G'day, I wanted to share with you a couple of reasons that Anna and I have decided to move to the country. And I know everybody has their own reasons, but I thought I'd share you some of mine. I want to get my hands dirty. These are city boys' hands, not a callus to be seen, as you can see. I'm desperate to have a closer link to the earth. Currently, we go down the road 500 metres to Woolies, pick something off the shelf with with little regard for how it was grown. I'm keen for the opportunity to plant something and see the result. I'm keen for some sunshine. So we live in the inner city, and because we're tree huggers, we many years ago planted trees and were keen to buy this house because it had trees. We have no sunshine anymore. So one of the bad sides about being a tree hugger is we've got no sunshine in our little tiny backyard. Keen to see the stars. If you live in Sydney, you'll know that you can't see stars. You might see, in a big night, you might see 30 or 40 stars, when there are actually more than that. Surprise, surprise. In the country, you get to see the stars. I'm also keen to reduce my footprint. So I know that's a bit woo-woo, but I'm keen to do that. So if I can do that, moving to the country is certainly going to help me do that. I want to hear the birds now. I know that you can hear the birds in the background, but they're damn Indian miners and noisy miners. They're not even native birds. So I'm keen to hear real birds. We've got a chicken in the background. You might even be able to hear the chicken scratching around. And doves, you can probably see on the back fence there, they're little doves, but almost none of them are real birds. In the country, you get some real birds. Also keen to slow down. The pace of life in Sydney is, as anyone would know, in any big city, is quite different to living in the country. So I'm keen to slow things down a little bit. This is a bit of an odd one, but I'm really keen to be able to close doors. We live on top of what was Australia's first dump, in fact. So the soil around here is really unstable. Our house moves considerably when it rains, or when the ground soil dries out, it moves in the other direction. Most of our doors actually don't close, so we've got to have security grills on everything. And wouldn't it be nice not to have security grills? Also keen to have fewer compromises in my life, and that's compromise around. And look, I know completely that moving to the country is full of compromises. I can't grow this when I want to grow it. I can't eat this because it's not in season, all that kind of stuff. But I'm not talking about those sort of compromises. I'm talking about the sort of compromises around space. Our house is only 4 metres wide. And I'm looking forward to living in a house that's a little bit bigger than that. You can hear the aeroplane going overhead. I'm keen to not have to compromise so much on the noise that I make and also the noise that I hear. So we've got young kids that live next door, nothing wrong with that, love that. I think that's fantastic. I don't necessarily want to hear them. So I certainly don't want to go next door and knock on the door and say, can you please be quiet at 10 o'clock at night? I'm not interested in that. I'd much prefer to move. And I'm also keen to make fewer compromises in what I wear. I want to be able to wear what I want to wear when I want to wear it. So keen to reduce costs, and I know that I don't want to sound like I'm mean, but in fact one of the reasons that I'm quite interested in reducing costs of things like power and stuff, but I'm getting a bit peeved off with being told it's all about profit, somebody else's profits. Although the electricity prices are going up 20% next month because the stockholders want more money. Good-o. I don't want to be the one giving it to them. I want to test myself, and I know Anna's keen to do this too. There's not a lot of testing that goes on in the city other than of your patience, so I want to be able to see whether we can do it or not. And you're a long time dead. I've now outlived my mother. I don't want to go to the grave the week before I retire like she did. So this is something that Anna and I have talked about for pretty much as long as we've known each other, and certainly the 31 years that we've been married. And linked to that is, this is the end of a promise. Both Anna and I came from Navy families. We moved around essentially every 2 years when we were kids. She around one part of the globe and me around the other, and we met in high school. When we got married, some 10 years later, we decided that our kids would go to one school and live in one community and have the opportunity to live in one house. Well, they've done that, they've grown up now. So that's the end of our promise to them. Now it's the time for us, so we've got a bit of an opportunity. So they're the reasons that Barjol South is so attractive, and there's 1,000 other reasons as well. But they're the basic reasons, so I thought I'd share those with you.